by Unity Worldwide Ministries, and that was beautiful. Campuses have really been updated, cleaned up. It was beautiful. And then I traveled on up north to Omaha, near Blair, Nebraska. I met a friend, a spiritual colleague and friend up there that I'd never met in person, and we got to hang out for the evening and talk about higher things than the world around us, the 3D world. And then I headed on across Nebraska, and all I can say is it was hot. And of course, this car's a convertible, so it was even hotter. And it was just corn. It was a state of cornfields for its own beauty. You know, that was beautiful for what it was. But then once I got into Wyoming and started coming up on all these features and mountains, and it's just stunning here. And I haven't even, I've still got about 4 hours to go before I get up to Yellowstone. Coming through this area, I've seen a lot of deer, and again, it's just stunning. Right now, it's kind of hard to show you what's going on, but I just wanted to spend some time and say thank you for taking this journey with me. I'm going to try to pass this car right now. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just going to back off. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around and let you see a little bit of what I'm seeing. It's morning. It's about 6:30 in the morning here now, Mountain Time, and I'm on a single lane road headed north up to Yosemite and the Yellowstone and all the different parks up there. And I've got all the dogs with me, of course. There's Chi. There's Chi. And well, you can't really see him. And that's the scenery right now, and it keeps just changing. The mountains keep getting bigger. Roll down this window so you can see the above. But I'll be back with you soon, and again, I just wanted to kind of share what the scenery looks like as we head up. And I have to say, honestly, this is one of the most beautiful rides. It feels like I'm on a different planet. It feels like you're on, not Mars, but maybe it could be Mars. I don't know. It just feels so different from the east. It's a nice, cool, brisk morning. It's supposed to go from 100 today, and yesterday was like 100 degrees driving. There's a lot of wildfires throughout the whole area. I've seen, driving up, I saw just the whole horizon was filled with smoke, but I wasn't directly in it, but I could feel it in my lungs a little bit. My eyes got a little more irritated, and I also found it different, just getting some, I don't know, allergies maybe yesterday a little bit. They seem to be gone today, but I don't normally even get allergies where we get them over in Tennessee, in that region. But here I got some allergies yesterday, but they seem to have cleared up. So I think it just must have been residue of smoke, that kind of thing. But just driving through there, I just feel such joy, and the time to sit and meditate and contemplate and just be at one with God, giving myself up all the time to whatever's coming, and just asking for Spirit to guide me and lead me. And then and as far as Chief Farms goes, just kind of preparing myself mentally for October, and whatever may come, to serve you guys out there to the best and the highest with the food and the quality of what I'll be bringing with fresh milk and the farm fresh foods and CSA baskets, and meats and juices, and we're just going to expand that into the winter. Baked goods for the winter. Just have some terrific partners, and I just feel really blessed. And then to have the month off to just take the month off and regenerate my spirit, my physical body, because I was pretty tired going from February all the way through, August. My body was worn down more than I thought it was, because it's just intense work, doing all the pieces of the work to get the food out. But that's the beauty of it. The food it's life-giving. There's something when you give food, you get back from the universe, from God, from all that is, from that Christ consciousness that is always giving and always giving. And when you're giving and you get into alignment with giving, it just comes back to you in so many ways. And, I just get to be really grateful for that on this journey and having a moment, waiting my entire life to do this. I've waited, I'm 58 now, and I've gotten to see pieces and parts of this country and the world, and I've gotten to travel, and I've been so blessed in so many ways. But just getting out here to be with my 3 dogs, with me and God, and really get to talk to my teachers, get to talk to Jesus, just get to build that relationship with the manifestation of consciousness that came to this planet to guide us so that we can more fully understand who we are in love through the manifestation of Jesus Christ, of the manifestation of God into our lives. And for many that looks different. Some may that look like a Buddha, or it may look like another ascended master. But for me, I work with Jesus directly. He appeared twice to me when I was very young, once on the left-hand side of my bed and once to the right-hand side of my bed. And I don't remember the communication exchange exactly back then, but I know it sat with me. And through the years, growing up in the religious South, it's so judgmental about, everything. The way it was when I grew up, whether it be color or race or gender identity or whatever, I had to learn to kind of go past all of that kind of thumbs down, things you didn't talk about. And it's been interesting, to watch the world shift and change, and to be in gratitude for who I am, and to be in gratitude for all my black brothers and sisters and my dog friends, and to relate to the earth and all my white brothers and sisters, and oh my gosh, just listening to some of the stories of the Native Americans and how they were displaced from the South. I've had a chance to really dig into some of those stories on my way out here, and the journey that the Native Americans had to take literally from Chattanooga, Tennessee, right where the Tennessee Aquarium is now, as they headed out west and lost their lives. And a quarter of them died on the way out here to be relocated to Oklahoma. And just to feel all that presence in this journey, to be in the moment of this time, and to see the great change that we are all going through, because we must wake up. We must stop judging people, and we must, I even think for white people, we must stop thinking we're not racist. We're born with it. I've talked to people along the way. We were born into it, and whether you think you were or not, we were born into a time, at least I was in my generation, and many before me, and a lot of them afterwards, where, people say, I'm not racist, I'm not racist, I'm not racist. But I beg to differ. I believe you are. I believe we are. I believe I am. I believe that, from the time in the 60s where you'd go down to 9th Street in Chattanooga, which is now Martin Luther King Boulevard, and you were told you don't go past 9th Street, or you don't go up 9th Street at the time. And now, look how it's changed, but you didn't go there because you were instilled with fear that those people were different than you, just because their skin was different, and they were poor, and most people that you saw were poor, and you didn't know how to identify with that. And so you created a judgment, and that judgment was they weren't the same as you. So when people say, I don't judge, I'm not racist, I'm not this, I'm not that. No, look at yourself very carefully, where you came from. You may not think you are, but you came from a place and a time full of it. Just full of, you know what? Full of shit. And we have to recognize we came from that place. And I think all you have to do with that is say, I did come from there. And I'm going to recognize that there is something racist inside me that puts me in, because of the color of my skin, whether I'm white or black or red or, gay or straight, that makes me look a little different from everybody else. And we all feel it. Everyone feels it. So no matter who you are, what you are, there is something that makes us each individually different. And in a culture like we are, where you have politicians, where you have people, rioting or even just protesting because they do feel different, and to recognize it and just to simply say, I recognize it, it allows you to open up and become a bigger piece of who you are, and to realize the beauty of who you are if you can just accept it and stop denying that I'm not this and I'm not that. You are everything. We are a piece of the world around us, and I'm not saying any of this in judgment. I'm saying it as a fact, as somebody who has grown up in this time, in this place, where we are taught from our parents, our politics, our religion, our belief systems. My friends, my brothers, my sisters, put it all away. Have no judgment. When you start a judgment, you start spiraling down, because it makes you right and it makes them wrong. And at that moment, you are the one that spirals down. And if you don't catch yourself and spiral upward and do the good work you came here to do, the good work I came here to do, that judgment, as Jesus said, judge no one lest ye be judged. Understand what that means. It means you will travel down the pits of your own hell, of your own creation, because you made a judgment of someone or something, thinking either your superiority or your less thanness. It is just not the truth. The truth is you are amazing. You are a light of God. You are the piece of light that shines. And that is the one thing that holds constant, as the teacher Muji talks about in today's world. When you can recognize the light of God that's within you, that Christ consciousness, that is constant. It never changes. The only thing that changes is the politics and the religion and the belief system and your parents and what they taught you and what you learned and what you chose to believe and what your mind chose to attach to. And then that made you become individualistic in the sense that you set yourself apart from everyone else, making yourself better or worse. So put it aside. Don't allow your mind to attach to the politics that are going on. Don't allow your mind to go like the cloud. Muji says the thoughts are like clouds passing in the sky. They are, and your mind, it wants to stay busy, so it wants to attach to those thoughts, those clouds, that politics, that religion, that anything that it can to keep you from being whole within yourself, being that piece of the God presence of the Jesus Christ consciousness that he said, go within and find. You cannot find it out there. Jesus said, come out of the church. He said it because when we go into that mentality of trusting a man, he said, trust no man. You come to the Christ within yourself, within your side, inside you, and that's where you find the truth. That's where you find love. That's where you find giving. That's where you find your ability to be sustainable in your life. And it's a beautiful thing to be sustainable when you can grow your own food. I'm going to be offering hemp and CD products when we get back in October. You can now just get yourself a license and grow your own hemp, and then you can take the hemp heart seeds, and you've got a perfect recipe for making your own protein in your backyard. You can grow your vegetables. There are people like me out there that are helping other people distribute food in a time where we need to be sustainable for ourselves. So for me, this journey is just about being centered and gathering whatever I need to gather to bring back to serve you, to serve my brothers and sisters, to serve humanity, in me being sustainable, me being at one with the Christ within me. You know, you can call that the Buddha within you. You can call that Muji within me. You can call that the Ananda Marga within you. Whatever your belief systems that guide you, be with that. Be in love of that. And, you know, I hope this makes some sense. I hope, I pray, I love into you. I want to infuse love wherever I go and whatever I do. And I'm just grateful that I am here to serve, I am here to love, and that I've had the ability to, to go to Unity Worldwide Ministries and work on my theology master's degree, to become a minister, a spiritual leader, to then go out and become a farmer again and get my hands dirty and play in the dirt and be grateful for the food that I can take right out of the ground that God gives us, that is just such a gift. And then I can take all of that knowledge and all that information, all the tools you've learned in your lifetime, they're all there for a reason. You became an accountant, you became, a scientist, you became a dancer, you became an artist, because that's what inspired you. But in that, you learned amazing gifts, and you will use them over and over. They're not you. They're gifts in your tool belt that you will pull out and you will use to serve in love, however you do. And it is that time in this consciousness, in this awakening of humanity, in the tick up from, I call it the 12:30 tick up. We've been ticking down since 12 o'clock to 12:30 for millennia and millennia, since the fall, since the great fall. And now we're starting to tick back up into the age of Aquarius. And in that, we are finding our consciousness in humanity. But if you get attached to the politics, to the politicians, to the ugliness out there, and you have to be right, or they have to be wrong, you've lost the intention of why you're here. You are here to stand solid in God's light, in your own being. Be that love, my brothers and sisters. Be it. Find it. Have no opinion. Have no opinion. Yeah, go out and vote. Go do what you need to do. You are here to serve in whatever capacities you're here to serve in, and I can't tell you what it is. I have no idea. I can only do me. I can be here to inspire others. You can be here to inspire others, but you do that through the love of who you are, not through being correct or having to be right about anything at any time, anywhere, and any way. Stand in your light, brothers and sisters. Now, let's go on this journey. Continue to open ourselves. And look at these mountains, man. Look at these mountains. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. 287 north. That's where I'm headed. So I'm going to get off of here. It's been a pleasure talking to you this morning. And I'm going to go on up the mountain ranges, and 287 north. See where I end up. Blessings. I love you. And I look forward to seeing you when I get back home. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.